Welcome to another edition of Success Talk. This is Dr. Herbert Harris, and as you know, we have incredible conversations with people who've accomplished things, who face challenges, who've overcome those challenges, and who have made breakthroughs. So tonight we have a good friend, Herman Taylor from the big New York City. Hey, Herman, welcome.
Good evening, Dr. Harris. How are you, sir? Good to be
Incredibly
here
great.
with you.
Oh, it's my pleasure, man. I'm always partial to New Yorkers because I literally grew up in New York. I came to New York at 16 on my
Yes, I hear
own.
you.
Yeah, yeah. Now, where are you from originally, Herman?
I'm from Queens, New York,
So,
Jamaica,
you,
Queens.
so you're a born New Yorker too.
Born New Yorker, born and raised.
Well, tell a little about your early life. You know?
Well, I was the only boy. Me and my sister have an older sister, Stephanie, and my mother and father, Herman Sr. and Gladys Taylor. My
Mm-hmm,
parents was from my father's from Memphis, Tennessee. My mother's from South Carolina.
mm-hmm,
And uh we had a modest beginning, but it was some struggles in that beginning. You know, you parents uh mental health, gambling,
mm,
alcoholism, and for the first 0 to 13 years, then
uh-huh.
it changed up. Father got himself together, life got a little better for us.
Beautiful. Mhm, beautiful. Well, I tell you, when you reached out to us, uh, we were talking a little bit about our conversation, and so right now you have. Now tell a little about what you do right now. Mhm.
Right now, I'm a licensed social worker.
Uh-huh.
I work for the state of New York. I provide social work services in a rehab setting for people that's overcoming challenges with alcohol and drugs and mental health. And
Uh-huh.
I also do some clinical counseling on my own.
Mm,
So, I'm just trying to give back, like help people. Service is what I do, Dr.
uh-huh.
Harris. So I'm
Yeah.
just trying to help people because someone was there to help me. So I'm just
Yeah.
trying to help other people and pay it forward.
Yeah. Now that's an area right now that I think is. There's so many people that need in need of these services. And how did you first get started in that area?
Well, it wasn't my choice. I was
Okay.
uh I was a knucklehead in the streets, um, trying to hustle, trying to make some money, live the fast life, and I got knocked. And as a result of getting knocked, I was offered something that was new in that time. In 1993, they had something called alternative to incarceration. So they
Uh-huh.
sent me to treatment. So I went
Mhm.
to treatment and I met a counselor who changed my life. And he asked me, what did I want to do with my life? And I said, I want to do what you do. And he
Uh-huh.
said, well, if you want to do what I do, you have to change your lifestyle. And you got to go to school. And that's what I did. And that was, I went to school and I just changed my life around.
Okay. Now,
Yeah,
so often, Herman, people, so often there's that one person that can make a difference in your life. And, you know, as,
absolutely.
as a counselor, I'm sure you see that all the time.
Yeah,
That one person.
that's all it takes.
That's all it takes. So now, once you got in school, did you immediately go into the field or how'd you?
Well,
Yeah.
I came into the field I graduated in 1999
Uh-huh.
and I started almost immediately. Like my first job was in Covenant House, New York, and I was working with the youth,
Uh-huh.
the at-risk youth. Everyone said they like to work with at-risk youth until they start acting at risk, and they're like, "Whoa!" But I found out I had some kind of relevancy, and they
Uh-huh.
listened to me. They listened
Yeah.
to me. So I had a good run with Covenant House, and then I just went from Covenant House to adult homeless services to some substance abuse, And then I basically provided services throughout New York City in almost every agency, Department of Homeless Services,
Uh-huh.
Department of Children's Services, uh, Department of Health,
Uh-huh.
Department of Alcohol Services, Probation. I,
Uh-huh.
I, I, I put my time in over 30 years of providing services, helping people change their lives, and just being there to help them see that life could be different.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, service is my thing, and I've been providing services and being of service for a long
Wow.
time.
Wow. When you go now, where did you go to school?
High school, I went to Beach Channel High School in Far Rockaway.
Uh-huh.
Then, you know, trying to do school and do what I wanted to do in the streets, it didn't work out.
Okay.
So it took me 16 years to get a 4-year degree.
Okay.
So I finally got my degree from City College in New York.
Okay.
16 years struggling, ups and downs, failing, getting kicked out, coming back, deciding that school's not my thing, and then change my mind and get myself back up and go for it and just keep reaching. I just kept reaching for it, man. And eventually, Dr. Harris, I graduated.
Well,
And once
Herman,
I,
Herman, that's the story. You see, that's because I guarantee there are many people just like you who start out, and I'm very familiar with City College. I used to live at
yeah,
423 West 144th Street, right off there where
oh
Hamilton
yeah,
Terrace turns
oh yeah,
onto 144th Street.
yes sir,
And Lenny Jeffries was one of my good friends, at
yes,
City College.
yes.
But
African Studies Department,
yes, yes,
absolutely.
yeah. But many people start out in school and they get discouraged along the way and they never get it done. Like I said, you 16 years. There's some people, but 30 years and they still haven't gotten there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, what was the thing that kept you going?
Uh, I just wanted something different for myself. And I was always told that education was the way out, and you have to get an education. And I just I wanted a way to uplift myself.
Uh-huh.
And I thought school would be it. I thought
Uh-huh.
education would be that vehicle, would be that
Uh-huh.
tool to help me get to the next level.
Mhm.
So
So what?
I
Yeah.
stayed consistent with it.
So what would you say was your main obstacle that was trying to pull you away from that path?
Oh man, just negative associations,
Okay.
being distracted by life in the neighborhood. Uh, School wasn't necessarily uh, seen as a vehicle
Mm,
to to propel yourself in an upwardly mobile fashion.
yeah.
So it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot of distractions. A lot of distractions, Dr. Harris.
Yeah. And that's why I was focusing on that because that's the thing that so many, like you say, people who didn't think education was a solution,
Yeah,
your friends who are not going in the same direction,
that,
distraction. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
absolutely.
But then you made it through.
God is amazing. God is
Mm,
amazing. He was riding with me.
mm,
He kept me, he kept me engaged in it. No matter what happened in my life, no matter what knocks that I took, no matter what wrong turns that I went through. He kept me focused. Like, yo, get back engaged, do
uh-huh.
something, pull those people up, write them a letter, try
Uh-huh.
to get back in school. And I went to like 5 schools. I went
Uh-huh.
to like 5 CUNY schools.
Yeah.
I was like on a tour in New York City school before I finally got myself together.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Wow. But you never quit. That's the thing.
Nah,
Yeah.
never, never,
Yeah.
never quit.
Yeah.
Never. But God is amazing. He kept me in it. And as a result of getting that bachelor's degree, I ended up with 2 master's degrees after that.
Wow.
Master's in public administration and a master's in social work.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And so now
Yeah.
I think one of the beautiful things, many times people go to college and get all this education they never use, but you put your stuff to
Yeah.
action. Yeah. Wow. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
You know, when you go into that area where you're helping people, do you ever get that
Yes.
at point sometimes where you think maybe you get a little discouraged when in helping them
Yeah,
or
all the time.
discouraged? Yeah. Yeah. Now how do you handle that?
All the time.
Uh-huh.
That's a good question, Dr. Harris. It's like I really believe that I got a joke with some of my friends in the field of
Uh-huh.
substance abuse and mental health that I feel like I'm an angel. Like
Uh-huh.
God really gave me the experiences that He gave me, so I could touch people's lives and help them change their lives. So I could, because I understand their plight, I understand their struggles, I understand their darkness, and through that I can be relevant to them. They can understand me and they can see me as like, wow, he made it out.
Right,
If he
right.
could do it, I could do it.
Do it.
So I
Man.
really believe that God plucked me out of the muck and mire. Say, I got some work for you to do. I got some people for you to help. So I need you to get yourself together so you
Wow.
could be relevant for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
that, now, Herman, that's powerful. That's powerful because that really requires a dedication. you know,
Yes.
to to some people it's a job, to other people it's a purpose, it's a mission. It sounds like it's a mission to
Look,
you. Yeah.
that's what it is. You put
Uh-huh.
your finger right on it.
Uh-huh.
It is a mission. It
Wow.
is a mission. I feel like I'm that's God using me as a vehicle to help these people.
Yeah.
Just like somebody was there to help me. It's I was paying it forward.
Yes. Yes. Well, when you think back, over your career, that many times when you're in a structure like a company or organization, did you
Mhm.
find sometimes you had to kind of go against the grain, when you really had to speak up for somebody, and where it's almost like everybody else is saying no and you said yes, you got to do this, you got to do this. You ever have one of those situations?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes, it's it's a tough situation because
Uh-huh.
as you know, you working for an agency, so you have to follow their vision and their mission and their policies and procedures. So when
Yes.
you have a situation where it goes against the structure of the services that you're providing, you're
Yeah.
standing alone. You're
Yes.
standing alone unless you can get somebody to help you to see, unless somebody can see that your cause is credible. The serving this person is that important, and it 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 happens. It's a hard road to go by.
Yes.
However, it could be it could be a success. It could be a successful challenge, but a lot of times it's not. A
Yeah.
lot of times,
Yeah. But you have to hang in there. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times when I work with young people, many of them don't understand that sometimes it just does not go your way, and
No.
you still can't take your ball and go home. You got to stay on point, on with the mission.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. Well, if you look back, because you've had so much experience,
Thank you, sir.
if you look back at your, let's just say you look at where you are right now and you look at that young man that was coming out of Queens and coming
Wow.
through high school, what advice would you give yourself looking back? Now, if you could talk to yourself back then, what advice would you give your younger self?
Whoa. I would I would tell my youngest self to understand your emotions.
Okay.
If you could stay within your emotions and face life through life's challenges, you would have a nice road to success.
Mm,
Like my younger self, I had no coping mechanisms. I had no control of my emotions. So if someone made me angry, I went from 0 to 60 in no amount of time. I didn't have no self control. I didn't know how to regulate myself. So if I could tell myself to be in control of your emotions, because a man without emotions is like a city without a wall. Oh, I would be so much ahead of the game.
Mm,
So much ahead of the game, Dr. Harris.
wow. And I think that's something probably in dealing with young people, that's probably one of their biggest challenges. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, you deal with a lot of young men predominantly.
Well, I deal with adults,
Okay. Adult.
18, 18 to
Uh-huh.
80.
Yeah.
As long as they're ambulatory and they can move,
Yeah.
I'm dealing
Yeah.
with them. 18 to 80 in my rehab. Yeah.
Well,
And
we
in my private practice, it's no age limit.
okay.
I have 16 and is my youngest, and I think my oldest is 68.
Okay. Well, this what you call that, this new generation, this 25 to 35, that era. What do you think is the biggest challenge if you perceive in dealing with that? Well, I don't know what they call it, the Generation X or the Generation Y. I lose track of it.
Me too. I don't even know what generation they are. It's
Uh-huh.
their biggest challenge, Dr. Harris, would be they're so technical, right? Like they're so technical based. They have such an overlay because we
Yeah.
didn't have the overlay that they have regarding technology and computers and software and applications and understanding programs.
Uh-huh.
So they don't know how to function if they don't know how to function if a computer goes down. They don't know how to utilize the human touch like we do.
Yeah.
So their biggest disadvantage is their biggest advantage, if that makes
Mm.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't know how to be social.
Mm. Yeah.
They don't know how to be social.
Well, you know
They just
when
know how to engage. They know how to engage a computer.
yeah. Well, I think that can lead to more violence. There's a Chinese proverb and it says, he who runs out of words casts the first stone.
Mm,
So when you don't have the ability to communicate in a meaningful way, you
right.
will resort to violence and physicality. Mm, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Have you seen that sometimes in dealing with younger people?
Uh, well, they're just a little more their tempers. They're a little
Uh,
more quicker to react opposed
okay.
to their emotions. That's
Yeah.
about that. I would have to say that.
Yeah. Okay. Now, a lot of young people, when I lived in New York, we used to spend a lot of time. As a matter of fact, the 12 Universal Laws of Success was really born on the City College campus.
Wow,
Yeah, that I was living up
that's amazing.
on 144th Street,
Mm-hmm.
and in my meditation, this thought came that I wanted to teach college. And I came out, went down Convent Avenue, and I'm in the middle of City College
Mm-hmm.
there, and I run into Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Matty Cook. And you remember Malcolm King College used to be in the
Absolutely.
Teresa, but Dr.
Yes.
Cook was the head of Malcolm King College.
Okay.
And I ran up to her. I said, Doc, I said, uh, I said, uh, I would love to teach college. And so Dr. Matty, she said, well, what would you want to teach? I said, I want to teach a course on success and how to improve people's lives. She said, that's interesting. What's the course called? And out of the blue, I came
Mm-hmm.
up with achievement motivation. She said,
Okay.
wow. She said, that sounds good. She said, when do you want to start?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't have it planned out that far. She said,
Right. Right.
can you be in my office later this afternoon? I'm like, sure. So 4 o'clock, I went to her office, and it turned out that the session was the cycle was just starting, and so I started teaching that Monday. And once I
Mm-hmm.
got in the college environment and started looking for books, there was no one book
Mm-hmm.
that really was appropriate for that group of students. We had a lot of students there who would military guys who'd come and gone back to school, many women who had
Right.
dropped out and had kids and were coming back. And so it was not your regular college students, it was people who'd been out in the world. And so when I started teaching the course, the first evolution of the 12 Universal Laws of Success came from the notes that I put together for that course. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah,
That's amazing. That was the birthplace, huh?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was where it started. The uh, the other thought I had now, have you had some experiences with the book? Are you familiar with the 12 Universal Laws of Success?
I am.
Mhm.
Uh,
Any particular part that stood out for you?
uh, I like the chapter on vision.
Okay.
I like the chapter on vision because I believe vision is extremely important. And
Mhm.
I love some of the quotes, you know, with where there's no vision, the people will perish
Uh-huh.
is amazing.
Yes.
And without vision, can't what I got from the book and how it's helping me with vision is everything.
Yes.
Once you see something, then you could be it. Once you believe it, you can
Yeah.
make it happen. Your imagination has so much power in your imagination. It's just a little intangible because you can't touch it. But with some faith and some belief and some
Yes.
vision that you can make it happen,
Yes.
oh man, that's where my life is going now. Just believing in a vision, and then the energy start
Mhm.
attracting
Yes. Yes.
which you're going after. So that chapter of vision is just oh, it's a
Beautiful.
game changer.
Beautiful. Yeah. Now, where do you see yourself going over the next 20, 25 years?
I see myself being a master coach. Like I'm a counselor now, and I am an incredible counselor, and I'm in a transition to being a life coach and a business coach. And I see myself coaching seminar classes all over the world,
Mhm.
coaching clients and helping people transform their lives and have breakthroughs with their lives and become everything that they want to be. Like me and you had a conversation earlier. We
Mhm.
talked about how counseling is like shining a spotlight on
Yes.
my on the issue. And being a coach is like holding under a magnifying glass. So I just want
Yes.
to just get real serious and help people become unstuck. You know,
Yes.
I've been doing it for a long time, but I wanna go deep into it now. I want to really help people unlock their greatness. That's where my focus is now, Doc.
Wow. Herman, that's an incredible goal, man. That's beautiful. That's
It's in my
beautiful.
vision too. It didn't happen yet, but I'm calling
Yes.
myself a coach now. It's in my
Yes.
vision, Doc.
Yeah. Well, in the Bible it said, call those things that not as though they were.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, um, I guess when you look down the line, it's very interesting. We talked about your advice to your younger self, but if you look down the line when you're a coach and when you're doing the things you want to do over the next 20, 25 years, what advice would you give yourself, what from your older self?
Don't be scared to dream. Dream big.
Mm.
Dream big and chase it. And if your dreams aren't scaring you, they're not big enough.
Woo! I love it.
That's what I'm talking about.
If your dreams aren't big enough, if they don't scare you, then they're not big enough. I love
That's
that.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
right.
Well, Herman, any other comments or any other advice you'd like to leave with our audience? Because I think you have given just a couple of things. You have said that no matter where you start from, you can
Mhm.
get where you want to go.
Yes,
I-
sir.
If you have a vision of where that is, okay,
Yes, sir.
that don't be discouraged. Everybody does it in their time,
Hmm.
and to control your emotions. Keep your emotions in check. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
That's
sir. Yes,
that's
sir.
some powerful
Yes, sir.
advice. And
Yes,
then
sir.
now you want to take your skills and take that that big sunlight now and hone it through that magnifying glass so that you can help those people who right now at that point of need. Yeah. Wow. So,
That's
so
a fact.
what other any final comments you'd like to share with our audience?
Yeah, just someone's coming to me like Marvin Sapp, like Marvin Sapp, never would have made it. And as a result of making it and going through the struggles and having God walk me through, it's like the only way that I made it through is I had to change, and he made me stronger, wiser, and better. And when I
Mm,
say stronger, it's not just muscle stronger, mental toughness,
mm,
mental courage. When I say
wow.
wiser, it's just having more experience, just having better ideas,
Yes.
and better, just absorbing,
Yes. Wow.
absorbing more,
Yeah. Well,
and
Marvin.
adding value to my life
Yeah. Yeah.
through reading and lectures, and
Yeah.
and meeting people like you and having new friends in my life like yourself, adding value to me.
Wow. And I see you have a beautiful family, man. That seems like that's a key part of your life too. I was speaking with your wife
Absolutely,
earlier. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Now,
Family is everything.
yes. Yes. Now, has that been a great asset to you? That family in helping you go through these transitions?
Uh, absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely, and it helps you stay grounded.
Uh-huh.
It helps you stay grounded. Just knowing that it's people that you care about and they care about, and they're dependent on you.
Yes.
So it keeps you grounded, and it helps you make better decisions, and it helps you make decisions that's gonna help everyone, and increase everyone and help everybody grow. And it's like each one teach one, and we're a unit. We move as a unit, and we help each other be better.
Yes. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, you've accomplished so much. I guess my
Thank you.
last question is, as you look back over your life and the journey that you have taken, what would you consider your greatest challenge and your greatest victory?
Wow. My greatest challenge was believing in myself.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Believing in myself through my worldview and my experiences. I didn't have the belief that I needed to have in myself to propel me through life. So that was one of my biggest, outside of the distractions of the community and my neighborhood, and people doing what they was doing and trying to be and being attracted to that lifestyle.
Uh-huh.
The biggest challenge was not believing in me, not believing that I could do it, talking
Yeah.
myself out of things,
Yes.
discounting myself
Yes.
before I put a valid effort in it.
Wow.
So having some self-belief helped me immensely.
Yes.
And I still get caught out. I still hesitate.
Yes.
I still hesitate, but I have to realize that's just, come on,
Yeah.
that's not true.
That's not true.
You could do it.
You
And I
can.
have to talk myself into taking the chances that I wouldn't have taken before.
Wow. And then that's powerful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And then what's
Thank you.
your greatest victory? What do you think is your greatest victory?
You know what? Honestly, I would have to say it's fatherhood,
Oh, okay.
fatherhood, and leaving my legacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. That's powerful. Man, fatherhood. How many children do you have?
Yeah, I'm teaching two young men right now. I'm
Uh-huh.
teaching I'm teaching two young men, one 11 and one 10.
All right.
And they keep me on my toes.
They keep you on your toes. Well, I'll tell you something, Herman. I have really enjoyed this. If there's any other final
Likewise.
comments you want to share, you know.
I just want to say this book is amazing. And I just want to tell a quick story of how I got the book, right?
Yes.
How the book fell into my hand.
Uh-huh.
Me and my wife is in Maryland to see a Fantasia show.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But we drive to town to see Fantasia because she's a Fantasia fan.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to be the good husband and drive her all the way to Maryland, 400 miles, so she can see Fantasia.
Uh-huh.
So we're having lunch, and we stumble into this black bookstore. And I'm like, this is great. I love this bookstore. Looking around, and they have so much stuff in this book, and it's cultural stuff in the
Uh-huh.
bookstore. There's things everywhere. I'm just looking. I said, I gotta get a book there.
Yeah.
And I'm going through the shelf,
Uh-huh.
opening them up. I'm scanning them, and I see this book,
Uh-huh.
The 12 Universal Laws of Success, and I scan it, and I'm like, that's those. That's the way I'm living there.
Uh-huh.
That's what I need. I said, yes.
Uh-huh.
I looked at vision. I looked at change. I looked at self-image. I said, this is speaking to me.
Yes.
Got to take this book.
Wow.
And when I grabbed the book, started reading, and I said, I wonder is Dr. Harris still alive? And that's when the missus Googled you,
Uh-huh.
and we saw you on Facebook,
Uh-huh.
and you said, book a call, and I
Uh-huh.
called you, and here I am.
And here we are. Wow. Well, Herman, thank you so much. And I see Karen there. Thank you so much, Karen, for being a part of all of this and being so supportive of Herman, because I'm glad you made him go down to that concert.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, you never know, man. I love that group. Fantasia is a good person. Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, folks, let me tell you, we have had an incredible interview tonight. Herman Taylor and, of course, his wife, Karen, who, as she says, the wind beneath his wings. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. And so for the listeners, this is an interview that, there's somebody that that needs to hear this. There's somebody who's struggling. There's somebody who may be at the verge of giving up, and they need to hear Herman's story and how it took him 16 years, but he got through it and got it done. And once he made that breakthrough, the rest is history. Good things happen. So, folks,
Yes, sir.
when you can be focused on your goals, focused on the things you desire, and don't let anything turn you around, then you can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. And so it is.